Okay, so we pretty much covered the history. We even moved into the tech, like as far as the music industry itself and how it's, how it will affect and maybe affecting the local scene, how things are going. The award show itself. Okay, I would like to focus a little more on that.
Okay.
You said there are changes this year. And do you see it evolving from this point?
Certainly. I think the partnership with ArtsQuest provides us with opportunity that we never had before as an organization. I think we're trying to go for a very prestigious and classy type event, but I think that we have room to grow, and we're starting to institute a lot of that room. This year we're very proud. We have a lot of representatives from the Grammys and NARAS coming. We have heavyweight champion Larry Holmes going to be presenting. We have a couple surprises lined up.
Okay. I never ask people you were surprises because I don't. It's just.
We could talk about.
Yeah,
I think between our hosts, which there'll be a press release coming out soon on who they are, and our presenters, I think we are definitely raising to a level of at least credibility as far as presenting a very quality product. And not to say that the previous years weren't, but as we like to say in the LVMA, this year with the partnership with ArtsQuest, this is year one. In a sense, this is year one, and where can we take it from here? Everyone's enthusiastic. ArtsQuest is enthusiastic. LVMA is enthusiastic. The community is enthusiastic. Honestly, I think sky's the limit. I honestly think their idea,
everything is a process,
and
and
the fact that we like to keep ArtsQuest involved as long as we can. I think those are the goals that we do need to set for ourselves.
Yeah, everything's a process, and like with my magazine, I've made mistakes with it along the way already, and I'm not afraid to show people because my whole thing is, okay, I made a mistake, why try to hide it?
Yeah.
Now, as far as here's something that. Will it always be accessible to everyone? Because like here in Lehigh Valley, it's I'm seeing more and more high-end restaurants opening up. Okay, but you have people that minimum wage jobs, unemployed, stuff like that. But will it always be accessible? Is it, and will it be accessible to everyone who, okay, they might have minimum, they may not be making the, in the range where, okay, we can afford to go out to a diner as a treat versus going out to a real high-end, as far as you can see, will it continue to be accessible to a majority of the population, not just a select group? And again, I apologize for asking this, but I know my budget, and I was curious if...
Conflicts with your Sam's idea, though.
Not necessarily.
It really...
People on minimum wage still go to the shows.
That is relative, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
We want to keep the show open to as many people as possible. I would say that while we're looking for credibility, we're very honest with where we are, so to speak. So to say, do we want to ever be as big as the Grammys? Well, yeah, that'd be great. But we don't want to lose sight of the people on the ground level who are helping us to happen. It's the fans. This whole thing should be an event for the fans. It should be people coming out excited to either see new talent or love or celebrate the talent that they already know. So I would say that all of our efforts would always be to keep it as accessible as possible while managing that growth.
Right. Basically, like with my magazine, and it's like I always try to keep, I always keep in my head, no matter how big I may get in anything I do, never forget who you are or where you've been.
Sure. Come on.
Because as soon as you do that, look at the stars that, oh, well, guess what? We once had a multi-million-dollar home. Now we're doing a Cash for Gold commercial. So, by the way, I like to ask this every once in a while. Any critique as far as my style of interviewing goes, and this isn't for my ego. It's just I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to say, ask people that and say, hey, look, it's your turn to be, to critique as far as what you think of this interview.
I like it. I like the style. It's keeps me on my toes at the very least. But I think as far as the way you're welcomed in the scene or the area speaks for itself. I see your Facebook posts, and I see your pages, and I see the people who come and support you, and I see the people who go to bat with you, and they're not small names.
Right.
Having James Super in your corner is not a small name at all, and James is a great guy. And
yeah.
Hard. And if that guy's going to back you, then that pretty much tells you everything you need to know, right?
Yeah. It's one of those where I want people to know, like I just recently in this edition instituted something new to the magazine where it's like, okay, email me a 2 to 3 minute video clip, even if it's negative feedback about the magazine, as long as it's more than the language is kept clean, it's more than, well, we hate the magazine, it sucks. I'll put it out there. I'll put it there. You know, I'm
with you, man.
Yeah, you can't. When you decide that I want to go from the shadows to the spotlight, you have to realize that, guess what? You're going to piss people off, whether it's intentional or not. And not everything is going to be, hey, we love you, we think you're great. Am I correct or am I wrong on that?
You're 100% right. Again, you know, all of us, you, myself, all the musicians included, we believe in something that no one came and told us, hey, you should go do this.
Right.
We decided for ourselves that there was something that was important for us to do.
Or something that was needed.
And that was not ever, it's never going to be easy. I mean, in many ways, I look at it like the hardest part is yet to come. You know what I mean? And it's really an integrity question. Like, will I see myself through this no matter what? And in the end, I believe that if you want it, you have to say to yourself, in the end, I will win, so to speak. I mean, I will get what it is I'm looking for. Mm-hmm. So, you know, my thing is there's truth in every piece of feedback, whether it's the harshest, most critical feedback or whether it's praise. You know, there's some truth there, and the responsible thing to do is to find that truth and to be accountable to yourself as to what is this really saying. I just to share, I keep a file of every single piece of negative criticism I've seen for the awards or anything I work in, and I read that. I go through it, I make notes on it, and I don't worry about the color of the commentary or the harshness of the tone. I ask myself, what is this person really saying, and what is it that we have a responsibility to address? And I will always do that, and that's something that I always do. So I give you credit, and that it seems that you do something very similar. Yeah. You want to hear it, and you want to grow from it, and that's the only thing we can do. We're all human, you know what I mean, and we're all trying. Again, it's a small scene, it needs the help of everyone to get there.
No, you
can't be afraid of the negative stuff.
Ideally, and I still have this in the back of my mind. One of the things I would love to see with the Lehigh Valley is actually is the music and the art scene coming together, where the art galleries would have some of the local bands at their exhibit openings, because to me, if you combine those two major factors, that will catapult this whole area. I've actually, you know, suggested it to galleries that, you know, it's like, okay, I realize.
Or the other way around. How about when bands are playing, their backdrops are original art from
right.
the galleries?
Yeah. Because art, I don't know if you've taken notice. One thing about the Lehigh Valley, if you want to find local art or local art gallery opening, don't just go to the galleries.
No,
go to a bar, go to a restaurant, go to, you know, there's so many places where you can find the original. Go into a local shop and you'll see it, or they'll have an exhibit opening. So it's like even, okay, for some of the smaller galleries, hey, look, I know several people that do acoustic. I know a couple bands that do live and acoustic. It's like, at least in my opinion, to catapult the Lehigh Valley to be known on a global scale, if you could somehow combine those two, that's one of the key factors, at least in my opinion, from covering
performance art too.
Yeah.
We have a lot of improv comedy in the area.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to cover that yet, but actually I did one time. It was 2012. The Allentown Theater, Public Theater, The Greatest Christmas Story Told and Then Some. I was in tears almost the whole time. So there is a lot of great...
But I see ways of joining that with, again, the art and the music thing. Like, why not have a comedy troupe be your host?
Right.
So they do improv.
The audience, keeping the audience into it would be... So, okay, final point here. And I do this with everyone.
Sure.
Here's your chance to really promote the music, the GLVMA and the music awards, and brag about it. So here's I always do this right at the end, you know, for everybody. Here's your chance to really brag about it and really promote it to everybody, even people that might be overseas. You know, this way, because you know it's going to be online somewhere. You know, the videos will be online somewhere. So it's, you know, again, you never know who might be planning a visit this year, or next year. So here's your chance to really promote it and brag about it.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for the interview.
Thank you for your time.
So March 9th, here at the Music Fest Cafe upstairs at Slow Snaps, we'll be doing the Lehigh Valley Music Awards 15, a partnership between the Greater Lehigh Valley Music Association and Arts Quest. To the musicians out there, I ask that you come and you help support your peers, be recognized yourself, or help recognize those that have afforded themselves the award this year. To the fans, we're going to have a fantastic show, multiple performances, like I said, a lot of guest surprises. All ages are welcome. We're going to hit multiple genres with this. It's going to be a really good time. I think the one thing that people can't deny is that the LVMAs each year are a good time. Everyone's having a good time. If anything, it almost feels like a high school reunion and that everyone's back together. So it's an event.
I'll explain that look later.
It's an event that we look forward to, and we encourage everyone to come out if you can make it. Unless you're overseas, then I don't know if you can afford the plane ticket.
Hey, there's always a chance. You just led into. I just thought of one other thing. For people who don't really know about the music scene, for people who they may be into art but not the music, okay, here's a chance to convince them to come out, and actually to convince them about the Lehigh Valley music scene, because there's a lot of people here that really may not know about the music scene. Or I even hear where, oh, there's nothing to do on a weekend, and I just look at them like, you are, huh? So it's this actually is leading from what you just said, where a lot of people who may not want to bring, okay, it's a Sunday, this football's over, it's something to do on a Sunday. A lot of people may not really want to be into the music scene or know about the music scene. Why would they want to come out?
Well, so this year, our performances are coming from our veteran and our Lifetime Achievement Award winners. So our Lifetime Achievement is 50 years in the industry, veterans are 20 years in the industry. The diversity in that our group of performers is amazing. So what I would say is that it's a $15 show. It's a great time, and if you're not convinced yet, I guarantee you by the time you walk out of here, you will be convinced, because the range of talent that we're going to have on stage will definitively show that the Lehigh Valley is a nesting ground for amazing talent. Okay,
well, thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm actually looking forward to covering the music awards this year. And I'm one of those types where I'm a natural skeptic, so I'm looking forward to seeing if the award show actually does, like it did with Gino with the Beatles Showcase. Okay, here's the words, here's what's going to happen. Will it actually back up? Please don't take offense at that, but it's just, let's see if the awards back it up.
Look forward to impressing you.